Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins, bringing you a breaking story here. Remember, guys, I'm not news. I'm just more of an opinion channel where we just talk. Bernie Sanders announces second U.S. presidential bid. Doesn't the Democrat Party have any fresh blood out there? Anybody, or could anybody afford to run for presidency? That's the main question that's not being asked. Bernie Sanders announces second U.S. presidential bid, U.S. election 2020. I'll be covering the U.S. elections 2020 here. I'll be having guests from all over the United States to come on the show as we host the presidential run for 2020 here. It's going to be a very interesting one. I think the Republicans are going to win. I just think they're going to win because I don't think the Democrats are organized at all whatsoever. I think I don't even think they know if they're tricking or treating. So here's the video here. Bernie Sanders on what's different this time.
So Senator Sanders, you're going to run for president.
Yeah, he is. Yes.
What's going to be different this time?
We're going to win. We are going to also launch what I think is unprecedented in modern American history, and that is a grassroots movement, John, to lay the groundwork for transforming the economic and political life.
I think that was what Jesse Ventura has been preaching for the last 20 years. Okay.
That's what's different.
And that's your theory, which is that without the groundswell, without the grassroots, you can't change the politics
That's
of Washington.
exactly right. Look, somebody could come before you and say, look, I want to do A and I want to do B, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, the only way that real change takes place is when millions of people stand up, fight back, and say, enough is enough. We're going to have a government that works for all of us, not just a few. You may recall that in 2016, many of the ideas that I talked about, Medicare for all, raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, making...
Robotic fast food places. Here we come. Robotics will take everything over. The second it keeps coming up, minimum wage, they just invest more and more into robots.
Public colleges and universities, tuition free. All of those ideas, people say, oh, Bernie, they're so radical. They are extreme. The American people just won't accept those ideas. Well, you know what's happening over the...
They can't give free education. How are they going to prop their economy? I don't know how many millions of people are on student loan debt, and how are they going to keep the economy going if they don't? It's all federal. Government controls the rates. Government controls everything. How are they going to make free education?
Years, all of those ideas and many more are now part of the political mainstream.
So you're saying the party came your way?
Well, I don't want to say that. I think most people would say that.
So Senator Sanders, you're...
Very interesting, guys. That's from BBC. So what is going on, people? I'm in Canada, right? I follow American politics. Heck, I follow Brazilian politics. Politics from Portugal. Heck, I'm following the race in Mozambique right now. So this platform, is it feasible? You know, could it work? I don't think it can. With the population, the size of the population, the country is at, what, $22 trillion in debt? They keep kicking the can down the road, hoping to solve the problem, and raising the debt ceiling. You're not really raising the debt ceiling, and you keep your doctor. I got to keep this very vague, guys, because my channel will get shut down, but U.S. Senator Bernie Sanders said he'll run again for presidency in 2020, making a second attempt with the Democratic Party nomination. The 77-year-old from Vermont... Okay, this is opening here. Get lost. 77-year-old from Vermont senator became progressive political star in 2016, although he lost his candidacy bid. No, he didn't. He won his candidacy bid, and then he left. His campaign says it raised €1,777,000 within 3.5 hours of launching. An outspoken critic of President Donald Trump, Mr. Sanders has described himself as a pathological liar and racist. Yeah, okay. Mr. Sanders is an independent who caucuses with Democrats, is one of the best-known names to join the crowded and diverse field of Democratic candidates, and early polls suggest he is far ahead. But here's the deal, guys. These guys are so unorganized right now. They don't know if they're tricking or treating, and I don't know where it's going to be heading right now. His call for universal government-provided health care, a $15 national minimum wage, and free college education electrified young voters, raised millions of dollars in small donations, and now are pillars of the party's left wing. Okay. $15 minimum wage, you can start seeing computers everywhere computers everywhere when you order your food now. Because now the last leg of working class or working poor is the fast food industry and the sales industry. Now with consumer spending at record lows, people not having the money they did a few years back, a lot of these stores and retail stores will be closing. And not only that, you're going to see a lot of robotics and computers at fast food joints now, and one person at the back making the sandwiches. You know, that's what it's gonna come to once they start raising minimum wage. It's not about paying the minimum wage; it's about paying the remittance behind it, about paying the unemployment insurance, all that other stuff on top that the employer needs to back up half, and the employee pays a part too. But that's just gonna, it's gonna make it really tough for companies to operate. So, and free education, they can. It's federal. They adjust the rates seasonally with student loans, and they take that very seriously. And you can't go bankrupt on student loans. So they did it in a way where, yeah, you pay it back, and the economy is built off student loans and housing. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the economy is like student loans, right? So you got to be really careful, you know, how he treads water here. But it's really sad that, you know, maybe making secondary, post-secondary education more affordable would be a good way to say it. And maybe looking at lowering the price of food, making it more regulated and more lower, and lowering the price of accommodation instead of raising minimum wage, because that won't fix the problem. Together, you and I and our 2016 campaign, The Political Revolution. Now it is time to complete the revolution and implement a vision that we thought for. Mr. Trump, speaking to the White House on Tuesday, wished Mr. Sanders well on his second bid. Personally, I think he missed his time, the president said, but I wish Bernie well. It will be interesting to see how he does. He ran great 4 years and was not treated with respect by Hillary Clinton, and that was not too bad, he added. And that was too bad, he added. Yeah, because if Bernie won that little section there against the primaries there against Hillary, Bernie Sanders would have won the presidency. Donald Trump would have lost. I like Donald Trump. I like his vision. I'm with him. Like I'm. You could call me a Republican. I'm a conservative. I'm old school. I'm raising my kids. I have a family. I bought my house. I believe in producing. I believe in selling what you make, and not the guy down the street get what I get, or jealous of what I have and want what I have without working for it type of thing and just get it handed to him. I like working and producing. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to see what's going on. Don't forget to tune into my channel from time to time. We'll be doing some live streams come the presidential race here on my channel, and we'll have people add me on Skype if you want to discuss what's happening in the US, and we'll discuss it here live on my show. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.